Be only 2 more victories away from retaining the Mosconi Cup yet again.
Goes without saying, America needs quite a few matches now. Starts with this one. One ball went down. He does have a shot on the 2 into the side pocket, which would carry him 4 rails around the table for the 3. His most likely path is from here to here and over to here and around the table to there. And he went totally different and decided to play safe.
Take 100 lines, Jerry. Oh, you already did.
Nice shot making, but the nick on the 8 ball sent the cue ball on a different path than the intended one.
I'll tell you what, Justin Bergman, for me, has got a really refreshing attitude. He seems up for this. He and Justin Hall in the first doubles match last night had a really good win. And he's got some fire in the belly.
He does indeed. A very competitive young man. Doesn't have any give up in him.
He's won some wonderfully titled tournaments of late. The Karren Room Classic in Wisconsin. And how about this one? The Smoking Aces Bar Box Open. What a great name for a tournament.
That is a fun tournament, let me tell you. Well, Bergman certainly has a chance now. Perfectly open shot on the 3. Not a difficult position play. I would draw it out for you, but you already had your laugh for the evening. Going to have to hit this with pace to get all the way back down to the other end of the table. Needs to deliver the cue stick very cleanly. He got there, but he's a lot straighter than he wanted to be, Phil. This is going to make position on the 8 ball tougher than it needed to be. I think he's got enough angle to come out off those rails, though. Just has to punch. Uh-oh.
Foul shot.
Good strike rate.
Both the 1 and 2 have disappeared, but the 3 is completely blocked.
We keep saying it, Jerry, but what a venue this is.
The thing I enjoy the most about the venue is all of the creative artwork all over the walls and the ceiling. It's all carved out. There's sculptures on top of pillars. Beautiful place.
Reset the clock. Start the clock.
Well, Bergman got that shot back. Going for the safe. But I don't believe he got it. I think that he leaked out. In fact, I'm sure it did.
Extension call.
Just to repeat the shot clock rules, 30 seconds per shot allowed and 1 30-second extension. And Feijen has chosen to take that extension right here. 1 extension per rack.
Oh, shot.
Once again, it's ball in hand. This time for Justin Bergman. Take a look. That cue ball goes right in the heart of the side pocket.
Start the clock.
And you might think, why did he do that? Well, had he potted the red 3 ball, the cue ball would not have gone to the pocket either. It was a double whammy, and it should be the equalising blow.
Like to roll forward just a little bit on this 6 ball so that he has the right angle on the 7 to be able to put the cue ball down table for the 8. He did not get enough angle, so he has to draw back now, and that'll work.
After what happened in the previous rack, this will be a major source of relief for Justin Bergman.
I've never seen the players struggle quite like this, and the only difference in the event is the venue. It's a very intimidating venue.
Now that was much more effective from Feijen. The 1 and the 5 disappear. A clear 2 ball.
Yeah, but he's going to have to settle for a pretty tough shot on that 3 if he leaves the cue ball where he just pointed his cue stick on the side of the table over there. Very important position play here. Oh my, what a shot from Niels Feijen. Holy cow, talk about solving a puzzle. Look at this cue ball. That is magic. Everything's just waiting to be picked off now.
You might have thought he had that a little thick, but that was fully intentional. Enabled him to hold the cue ball a lot more easily. Stress-free racket, looks like.
Feijen has certainly found his arm. His cue ball control is lovely at the moment. Feijen once again jumps out to a tiny lead. He leads our race to 5, 2-1. Opportunity here to tie this matchup. If he can just get through this rack, and this man's run 1,000,000 9-ball racks in his career, but this time the cue ball jumps off of the table. He did that same error our first day. He's just hitting them too hard. Cue ball is bouncing when it hits that first ball, and then it goes airborne.
A flawed break-off.
Yeah, and to make it worse, he made 2 balls, so he did some work for Niels.
I mentioned he's the world 9-ball champion, former world straight pool champion as well, and twice a Mosconi Cup MVP in 2011 and last year as well. When you entrust a match to him, you put it in safe hands.
Well, he's the current world #1. I first watched this man play, nearly 2 decades ago. And all he's done is get better every year. He works very, very hard at this game.
Little bit of news for you. We're hearing that if Europe were to win this match, and one has to say Feijen is favourite, so if Europe win this match, it will be the last match of the evening. And they would lead 9-5 overnight. Commanding or what? But Feijen won't be taking anything for granted.
No, he has a tremendous amount of focus. He's one of the players who can really live inside the rails. Now he has a handsome 3.
Yes, Ekonomopoulos 3-1 up, and he was breaking in rack number 5 as Feijen is here.
That's a dry break, and Justin Bergman comes to the table with a straight in 1 ball. You can see for yourself that 1 ball sets up to a long straight shot.
Settle down, please.
Nice draw shot from Justin. Now he can just stun over across the table for the 3. He does have a problem. There is a cluster around the 8 ball. He'll need to find a satisfactory way to solve that. And he has overrun shape. So he will have to find the safety here. I mean, he's aiming up the shot.
Extension call, nice and quiet, please.
But getting shape then on the 5 is going to be, it'll be an amazing shot if he does it. Oh, that was weak.
For an awful moment, I thought the cue ball was going to stop behind the 6. Thankfully, there is a path through to the 5. And I suppose Bergman should be thankful for small mercies. Is he looking at the combination, Jerry?
No, he's looking at the tangent line off the 8 ball to see where the 5 is going to go. I don't think he's looking at the combination. That would really be a risky shot. Oh, my. Oh, he got lucky on that one because that ball came off the 7 instead of toward the bucket. It was headed to the rail.
Well, that's the transformational moment in this rack. A line to Feijen's dry break.
Well, that's the kind of thing that can put some more fire in your belly. It helps when you think the pool gods might like you a little bit. Justin Bergman draws one back.
Settle down, please.
Bergman breaking, trying to draw level.
Not overly happy with his position on the 2. Of course, there's not much you can do about that on the break shot. The balls are going to do what they're going to do. Pushed out maybe half an inch. Got to expect Niels to give this back, and he does.
The important thing there, not to second guess himself. Go with his instinct.
That's a good answer when you're given a push back. He can hit this 2 ball. You can see how it sets up. He'll be able to strike it, but there's nowhere for it to go. So Niels will also be looking to play safe.
Extension call.
In these kind of tactical situations where thought is as important as the way you deliver the cue, it's the time when you should take your extension.
Looking for distance and a blocker. That's a shot that Bergman can make. Position to the 3 rather tricky because the cue ball is going to be moving pretty well. Not a good result. We've seen a lot of these shots down the side of the table, hanging in the pocket. Although he doesn't have to strike this one hard, he can use a pretty gentle stroke here. But that was never close.
He absolutely butchered that.
And look at what he set up. There's a possible 3-9 carom here. I doubt he would take that on. There's really no need, but it's there if he wanted to swing at it.
Settle down, please. Nice and quiet. Shh. Thank you.
Sometimes the balls just know who's supposed to win. What?
You're up to break, leading 4 racks to 2.
One ball in the side. He's got a shot on the 2-ball. He's got an open table. Everything's got a pocket. All he's got to do is hold it together.
Niels Feijen is the rattlesnake, and he's more than a match, it would seem, for Bergman.
This is the most critical shot of the rack. If he can get in line on that 3-ball, he will be in line for everything else. Well, I thought he was going to play this in the side, and he still has to, so he did not get the shape he wanted to.
This evening, break and run-outs have been in quite short supply. But is the evening going to culminate with Feijen freezing Bergman out?
Only 4 more balls away from a 9-5 overnight lead.
Extension called.
When the reigning world champion in any sport has a little luck on his side, as he did, Feijen with the unintentional 3-9 in the previous rack, he is a potent force, and now he's on the brink of a vitally important victory.
Cue ball has to travel a bit. Let's see if his cue ball speed control is still on. Oh, it is.
Europe's grip on the Mosconi Cup continues to tighten. Niels Feijen has beaten Justin Bergman in the singles. Europe lead commandingly 9-5.